talking to you. I am a very big fan, and actually today it's my birthday. So yeah, so I have a very similar question to the guy right up before me. Since you're now getting into this comic business and you have a lot of material with a lot of characters, with a lot of backstories that we don't know much about, only you in your head, you know all the stories of all of them. I was wondering if you're going to say something about Dr. King Schultz, for example.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. I wouldn't be too surprised if, in a flashbacky kind of form, Dr. Schultz doesn't make an appearance in Django.
Standard non-linear sort of storytelling.
And actually, what's going on with that actually is I wrote this one scene that I really liked in for the film, but I didn't even ever put it in the finished script because the script was already too long as it was. But I always liked it. It was just like you know how you show Schultz's modus operandi, how he comes into town and turns up everything and then kind of always talks his way out. Well, I had one more of those that I really liked, but we didn't need it. But I always liked the scene. And so when I was talking to Matt, I go, why don't we just take this whole scene, just the way I wrote it, just kind of stick it in as a flashback? And he's like, oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's terrific too. It's great. Yeah.
Now,
but in keeping with that, like I want to see Jules walking the earth.
Yeah, right.
I want to see Bernita Green's daughter come back.
The origin of Bill.
Yep. Exactly. So, how about it? Anybody in for those?
Hanzo and Pai Mei.
along those lines, I mean, we were talking about this as a sequel. Is this a sequel that takes place like a week later, or
No, it takes place. No, it takes place. They're both older.
Yeah.
Right.
But we're just on the cusp of the Civil War. It hasn't quite happened yet.
Yeah.
One thing I guess let's reveal this. One thing we can reveal is Django's not with Brunhilde. Of course, he blew up a whole plantation full of white people. Mm-hmm. He's basically he's basically had to kind of separate himself for her own safety.
Yeah. He basically dropped her off in like Philadelphia. All right, and she's working with the
abolitionists.
Yeah, abolitionists.
Yep.
She's literally on the cocktail circuit, all right, of going down and telling her stories, all right, to raise money for the Underground Railroad.
Right.
With rich benefactors.
Yeah, that was a very real ongoing business where people would do lecture tours to support the abolitionist movement, and obviously she would be a perfect spokesperson.
And meanwhile, Django is still a bounty hunter, and he's still really good at it. Yeah.
By the way,
But he decided to stay out of the South. That's why he's messing around with the Southwest.
Moving to the West. Yep.
You notice she's getting closer. Yeah, this nice girl here whose birthday it is wants you to read her shirt. So.
Picture, please.
I believe you.
Happy birthday. Go ahead.
Hi, my question is for Quentin. I just wanted to ask you, you've done like a wide variety of different movies, all that have a little bit of dark humor to them. What would you say your favorite scene is out of all your movies? If you had to pick one.
It's like picking your favorite kid.
Oh, wow.
The ear thing.
I actually think the two best scenes I ever wrote is the Hans Landa and the French farmer scene. And the first script I ever wrote, True Romance, the whole Sicilian thing. Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper.
Both those are just two guys sitting talking. Fraught with tension.
Well, it was funny because it's like, I liked all the stuff I'd done after that, but it was my first script. And I knew I had never topped that scene, just as a scene was concerned. I go, well, that's definitely the one to beat, and I've come close, but I haven't topped it. And when I wrote the scene in Glorious Bastards, I go, I think I finally matched it.
Yeah.
And
you were lucky to have Christoph.
yeah, well, yeah, you pulled it off.
Nailed it. Yeah.
But the thing is, though, is I ended up writing that scene and then couldn't figure out the rest of the story, so I had to put the script away. But I always knew I would eventually finish it at some point because that scene was too good not to make.
Right. And, you know, and the joy of being a friend of Quentin's is to, you know, I remember when you were working on Inglourious Basterds and he invited me by the house and he pulls out this spiral notebook and he starts, you know, reading and acting out the scenes. You know, and you were Hitler. I remember driving home and I go, and you have this incredible monologue with the Sam Jackson character, which is not in the final film.
Yeah.
You gave this speech, which was a Malcolm X meets Martin Luther King speech that just rocked me to my core. I remember driving home going, Quentin Tarantino is the best black writer in
Okay, happy birthday, Jamie.
Are there any other birthdays we should be aware of?
Yeah.
Like you, sir. Congrats.
My pleasure.
Hi, Quentin.
Hey.
So as I was watching